So the big question running around for most people is, should I pick up the V30 or the Galaxy Note 8? Well, I am here to help you out because this one will require not just me, but my buddy, Mr. Juan Bagnell, and Sam, aka Black Iron underscore man. Now, both guys, of course, have different ideas to what kind of devices are, and I think that's where you will find what kind of consumer you are to decide which device you want to pick up between the V30 and the Galaxy Note 8. So let's go ahead and jump in. Looking at both the V30 and the Galaxy Note 8, they have a ton of differences, which of course set them apart as two different devices, but they also have similarities that actually play a very key role. So starting off, they both have OLED displays. Samsung calls it AMOLED display. LG's a POLED. They are very similar in terms of the way they're made, and also they both look very vibrant. They both support HDR, so you do have that built into both displays. Now, both devices have lifestyle features. They're both water resistant, and they also have wireless charging. Both devices also use USB Type-C cables to charge them as well, so you have that, and they both have mono speakers, both the Galaxy Note 8 and the LG V30. Now, when you swap around to the back, the LG V30 has a dual camera setup, as well as the Galaxy Note 8, which also has a dual camera setup. Both of them have different implementations, which we'll check out later in this video. Now, both have fingerprint sensors at the back with different locations and placements, but they both have 3300 milliamp batteries. So that's very interesting. Now, internally, you've got 64 gigabytes of storage for both the V30 and the Galaxy Note 8, and you also have micro SD expansion. One is 256 with the Galaxy Note 8, the other is 2 terabytes. Don't have a 2 terabyte card, but we'll see what LG means by that. And of course, finally, they're both powered by Snapdragon 835 processors, which means they have a ton of features built into that. And they also have aptX HD, so for better Bluetooth audio playback. Now, that's all out of the way. Where do these differences lie and how do they play an important role? I'm going to start off with the LG V30, and I think LG sets itself apart with something very different with the way this device actually works. Now, one more thing I forgot to mention is that they both have headphone jacks, which means of course you can use your headphones in there. Now, going back to the V30. The V30 is set as a device I think LG is moving to the pro user, or the prosumer user, if you will. And the V30 has a different take in how it gets there. First off, like I mentioned, the headphone jack. LG does have a headphone jack, so which is fantastic, but it's also got a quad DAC built in it, which means you're getting better audio off that. You can drive better headphones like the Booredynamics DT990 Pro, 250 ohms. You can drive better sound through that, so it means you're getting just better audio experience altogether. And whatever headphones you use, you're just getting a better experience because of a built-in amp in there, which is absolutely fantastic. So on that aspect, you do have that, and they have some really nice tuning software to go with that to give you a better experience. But where they really take the V30 to the cake is with the camera, and this is where LG's focus is. So LG's pro focus on the V30 lies specifically with the camera. You've got a dual camera setup. Now, everybody has a dual camera setup, but LG is the only company that has that ultra wide shot. So with the V30 camera, you can easily go in and you can basically take a regular shot and you can take that extra wide shot. So you can bring the whole crew in there, put them in and take a super wide shot with it. And that is what the V30 camera does just off the inside. Now, a lot of companies like to do the telephoto, which you can still do with this to a certain degree, but to give you those portrait photos with a blurred out background. But LG says, no, we're going for a more cinematic feel. You can record in cinematic, 21:9 with this camera as well. So you've got all that built in there. Now, where the V30 takes everything to the next level is a lot of the software functionalities with the camera. You've got two built-in mics that give you some really great mic balance in terms of audio and cutting out background noise and things like that. But you also have a couple of very interesting camera modes. The first one is Graphy. Graphy allows you to take professional photos like a pro with just 2 clicks. And you're going, okay, like how's that possible? You go to your manual camera mode, you turn on Graphy, and then you can select the scene that matches where you are. Now, you want to take that really crisp photo, but you don't know how to mess around with the manual photo. You just basically go, okay, I'm not too sure exactly how to do it. So you select the scene, and then once you select it, you just hit click, and you're done. Very simple. And that's something that no one else has currently in the market. Because yes, LG has a very extensive pro camera setup for both photos and video, allowing you to go in and customize and change things like your white balance, your aperture, your shutter speed, those kind of things in there. You can change all that, but you don't know where to start. This actually helps you do that quite easily with just literally selecting the scene and pressing click. Really awesome feature. Another feature which now focuses more on video recording, actually a couple of the features focus on video recording, is actually point to zoom, allowing you to get that cinematic zoom into an object by just clicking on it and sliding up. You get that very smooth transition there, and it does a really good job. LG had the onus to basically put something there that makes your viewing experience feel like you actually on recording like a professional cameraman, which is absolutely great. You also have, of course, Cine Video. Cine Video allows you to put in those different color gradients, so you actually have the ability to have your movies or your videos look like different graded movies. So it may look like, say, a Zack Snyder movie, it may look like a Joss Whedon movie, it may look like, of course, a Steven Spielberg movie. They all have different color grades. You can do that now on your phone by yourself, by just simply clicking, tapping, and of course, you can change the vignettes, you can make it stronger, lighter, whatever you can do. But that gives you a lot of pro features. And then to top it all off, LG now adds, of course, an editing tool, allowing you to easily go in, add your different scenes, of course, adding faders, adding background music, adding all that stuff to basically quickly edit your video and make it stylized so people can definitely check out. You're going, wow, I did this all on my phone. That is the focus of the V30. The V30 is trying to blend into that pro camera mode using, of course, a smartphone. And I think that's where LG is setting the V30 apart from its competitors, especially with the Galaxy Note 8. Now, speaking of the Galaxy Note 8 and what it brings to the table. Now, Samsung does have a headphone jack, yes, as I mentioned, which is great, but it's not a quad DAC, but that's not their focus. They also have a dual camera setup. And this time for them, the camera setup it allows you to do those portrait shots. You can take 2 shots at the same time, both the telephoto lens as well as the wide shot lens. It doesn't have that ultra wide lens like you see with LG, but it does take some good photos. But that's not where Samsung's Galaxy Note is concerned. The main focus of the Galaxy Note, of course, is the S Pen, and the S Pen brings a lot of features. You've got a device that is a 6.4-inch display, and that's a lot of screen real estate to do a lot of work with the S Pen. So the ability to take out your S Pen and in your lock screen, you can take down notes. Now, it may sound trivial and simple, but if this is something you do a lot and you have a lot of information put down, you can do it on your lock screen. You can pin it there. You can save up to 100 notes on the lock screen. You can add, edit, come back, but it's always accessible and you don't have to open up your device. You don't have to open up the device. You don't have to go to an app. You don't have to go through your folders and find out which one it is. You just have it right there. That is truly a pro functionality of what the Galaxy Note 8 does with the S Pen. The S Pen has a ton of features. All the features, of course, taking snapshots, creating GIFs, but you have some new features like live messaging, where it allows you to go ahead and write a message and it animates it and sends it as a GIF. Now, it sounds like a fun thing to do, but also can be very productive. You maybe want to illustrate something to a client and you want to quickly jot it down, even whether you're sending it or doing training to them right there. It's a great tool. If you're an animator, if you paint, there's so many functions that pen does, and it's one of the best pens. To me, I think only the Surface Pen is actually better in my mind, but that's not me. But another feature the Galaxy Note 8 also does is the fact that it can do live translations for you, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, some may say, well, you know what? I mean, I don't need it, but you might. And there are people who actually do need this stuff. Say you travel out and you basically go to a foreign country and realize, like, I don't know anything around here and I need to, translate it. You don't have to copy and paste or do anything. You can take your S Pen out and basically just hover above and it translates it out for you. Very simple process. And also it will translate currency changes for you back to the US dollar or whatever currencies you set it up, so that you know how much you're spending in this foreign country that you're in, called Germany. So it's a very simple thing, but also very effective, and nobody else does it. That's the key thing here. And finally, of course, the Galaxy Note 8 the Galaxy line was known to bring in multitasking way before anyone else tried it out. And Samsung has taken that to the next level, of course, by adding some more multitasking functionalities on the Edge screen. The ability to launch 2 applications at once may sound very simple, may sound very trivial, but it is very, very effective. You can queue up the applications that you have, like your email and your calendar together at the same time, and load it up and launch, or maybe your social media sites that you use, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or YouTube and Twitter, whichever application. So you can multitask quickly, jump in, jump out, do the work you want to do, navigate with that, maybe even take a GIF of something and with your S Pen, and then quickly, of course, send it through Twitter, whatever the case may be. But it allows for that kind of productivity. And I hope you guys see it clearly and how it differs with both devices. On the one hand, you have Mr. Juan Bagnell, who definitely will love the LG V30 because, of course, of its camera productivity. It takes the camera productivity to the next level, not necessarily with the sensors. Yes, they do have an f-stop of 1.6 and 1.9 for both lenses, but the software takes it to the next level, and LG is the only company providing that. And then on the other hand, you do have Samsung with the S Pen providing functionality there that allows you to do more, taking notes, messages, translating, the ability to write on the water if you want to, all those kind of things built into that. And that also is something that Mr. Sam, aka Black Iron underscore man, will like, because that's what he uses. And this is why I said it's a little different battle video and shows you how both devices differ. So if you're like Sam, aka Black Iron underscore man, and you need that pen functionality, you need that multitasking, you need to be able to do more on your phone on the productive side, the Galaxy Note 8 is for you. But if you're like Mr. Juan Bagnell and you love camera and you want to take your photography to the next level, and you don't want to spend money on a DSLR, but you need a phone, and you need a phone that can do both and more for you, then the LG V30 is for you. Or if you're that person who loves headphones and audio, the V30 might be your game as well. So there you have it, guys. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of where the LG V30 stands against the Galaxy Note 8 in this battle vid. Yes, you get to make the choice, and hopefully Sam as well as Mr. Juan Bagnell have done that for you. Now, if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. Otherwise, guys, don't forget to like and share this video, and definitely favorite this video, and definitely subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, please do, and hit the notification icon to get notified with our latest videos. Now, if you subscribed already, go back and check, hit the notification icon to make sure you get notified with all the new videos that we put out on the channel. So this is Thunder E saying thank you very much, and always enjoy your entertainment.